say, this whole night has been a whirlwind, but I couldn't have ended up at a better place, a better city, a better organization. I'd like to thank Viking ownership for giving me just an opportunity to wear such a great color and represent such a great organization. To my former teammates at Ohio State, to my former coaches, man. Thank you for everything that you've done for me and what you continue to do for me in my life. And I just I can't wait to get to work with new teammates and new coaches and do whatever I can to help this team grow.
All right, we'll take questions, starting with Lindsay, and then media can just roll.
Hey Donovan, welcome to the team to Minnesota. You mentioned that it's kind of been a whirlwind of an evening. I'm just wondering if you can walk us through a little bit, I guess, what your thoughts were or your emotions were when you got that call and who you were sort of able to celebrate those first moments with.
Yeah, so obviously on draft day, your phone's always near you. I'm always fidgeting. I think of calls coming, but as soon as the call came through and I picked up the phone, it was Coach O'Connell. Man, I couldn't help but feel one just a gratitude for the process I've been through. Playing this game since I was about 6 years old up till now, with the dream and aspirations of playing in the NFL. Then up until now, I look to my right and left. I see my mom, my dad, my grandmother, my family and friends, all those people who was the village that helped raise me into the man I am today, and just feeling the relief and gratitude that all the hard work that they poured into me, I was able to just give even a fraction back of saying like, hey, like all that hard work that y'all put in has paid off.
Yeah, Donovan, first, congrats, man. Kevin talked a little bit about the 30 visit and you sitting and watching film with him, but just what do you remember about that? What stood out about that conversation and the visit here with him?
Yeah, with my visit with Coach, we turned on the tape, and he basically asked me my reasoning between my plays, whether it be good, bad, or in between. He just wanted to hear my thought process and how I saw the game, and we kind of talked over ball and see like how I could verbalize knowledge back to him.
Yeah, Donovan, both Kevin and Kwesi mentioned that they were particularly impressed that you were willing to go out to left tackle last season. Obviously, the team needs you to do it. Just kind of wondering if you could talk through your thought process during that, knowing that you're also kind of a draft candidate in that final year as well, and how you kind of thought through all that.
Yeah, so unfortunately we had a lot of injuries in our offensive line room at Ohio State, and it got to the point where Coach Day came to me saying like, "Hey, I believe that we would have great success with you moving out to tackle." Obviously, I'd never played that position before. I mean, I played it in high school, but Texas 4A football doesn't really compare to collegiate athletics. But ultimately he gave the decision to me. I had an agent at the time. He gave me the same kind of the decision whether if you do well, your draft stock could do this. If you do bad, your draft stock could do this. But at the end of the day, I just wanted to win more than anything else. Um, the the mindset of if I go out there and play the way I know I can play, I'll give my team a better chance of winning than not. What motivated me. I wanted to do whatever I could for the team, and it wasn't just myself. It wasn't a one man show. I had a lot of people, whether it be teammates and coaches, that helped me along the way to get me comfortable in that new position, so I can help the team win more games.
Donovan, I have to ask, what do you think about teaming with a Michigan quarterback?
Man, I met with him briefly on my 30 visit, and he kind of mentioned it a little bit, but he said we're gonna leave that in college. So, we're gonna leave that in college.
Donovan, I'm curious just what excites you most about Minnesota's offense and joining a line that's really been invested in this offseason.
I'm excited for this offense and this organization because just how explosive and how dynamic it really is, and just excited to get to work and learn from these guys in the O line room currently who are have done and have been in the game for so long and done it the right way, and just trying to learn and grow from it.
Donovan, what was the toughest part about playing tackle when you kicked out? Like, what was the biggest challenge?
For me, the biggest challenge would have to be at guard, you're kind of fighting in the phone booth. At tackle, you're more on an island, and you're going against a rusher who's obviously a lot faster than, say, a 3 tech or a shade on the interior. So just getting used to the different type of rusher you're going against, and with that comes different footwork, hand placement. Your eyes have to be different. So all that kind of took more reps and repetition to get down. But the more I did it, the more comfort and confident I got at it, and so the more I was able to excel on the field.
Hey Donovan, Kwesi mentioned your kind of mild manner, demeanor off the field, and how you can kind of turn into a different person on the field. Like, how did you channel that, and where does that come from?
Yeah, I would say it probably comes from my parents. Growing up, they always said if you're going to do something, you better do it to the best of your abilities because we're paying for it. And so it was kind of that mentality growing up, whether it be in the classroom, growing up in Houston, or especially on the football field. I was going to do everything to the best of my ability because I took pride in it. I take being a Jackson very serious, and my dad set a great example of what Jacksons are meant to be, and so it's my job to make sure that I represent myself at a high standard, but my family as well.
Donovan, do you look at this as a situation where you could start right away? Will that be your approach?
I'm looking at a situation where I can come in and help the offensive line room, wherever that need may be.
Any other questions?
Have you ever been to Minnesota?
I have been to Minnesota. Actually, kind of ironically, my very first collegiate football game was against the Golden Gophers, and so I was kind of talking to my dad about it, how I started there and then kind of starting a new chapter there. So that was probably, besides my 30 visit, that was the only time I've been to Minnesota.
30 visit, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You'd be here. Thank you.
All right. Any other questions? All right. Well, we'll see you tomorrow, Donovan. Thanks so much for your time tonight, and congratulations.
Thank you guys. Skol Vikings.
Thanks, Donovan.